this is Derrick. Today I'm going to share with you some fun facts of why should we take our food. And at the very beginning of my sharing today, just give me a few seconds. I want to look for some quick example of my topic. Okay, great, I found it. So now I need you guys to turn around and see what Peter is doing right now. Okay, and as you can see, he's taking his food, right? And actually, taking food has a lot of styles. In the left one, you can cross your leg and take. In the right one, just sit there and keep taking your food. And how you feel about that? When you see somebody taking food around you, how you feel? I believe that some common answer would be like this. Oh, taking food really looks bad. Or you might think that taking food is a bad behavior in our mind. And keep this answer in your mind. Later I'm going to share with you some fun facts. And maybe you will change some ideas about taking food. Okay, and do you ever wonder why we always regard taking food as a bad behavior? The main reason is that it's our education. No matter at home or in school, people teach us not to take our food. Only because of the saying goes, men shake full, women shake cheap. Everyone heard it before, right? Same in my childhood. My parents teach us not to take my food. Not only because of this old saying, but also because it sometimes be annoying to them. So from then on, I seldom take my food. And also, as long as I see someone taking food around me, I might even hate them in a little bit. And the first image of that guy will be bad. But I was a child, so I never checked about the authenticity of it. However, one day, I become curious about why taking food is a bad behavior. Due to one of my friends who keep taking his food around me and even tried to persuade me to take my food with him. He told me that taking food is good for our body. At that moment, I was too shocked to say a word because I can't believe what I just heard. So I started to do some research about taking food. And guess what? I cannot even find any negative effect of taking food. And that's what I found. The first one, taking food can relax our joints of knee and also activate the blood circulation of our lower body. And if we shouldn't do so to relax, our joint of knee will be rigid. Our joint of knee is rigid, we become easier to get hurt, whatever we do. And the second one is taking food can stable our emotions. Some experts regard taking food as a rhythmic behavior. And rhythmic behavior can activate our brain to produce more serotonin, and which is so-called happy hormone. And this hormone can help us to relax and become happier. And the third one is a tricky one. Some research indicates that taking food for 3 minutes has the same effect of walking for 20 minutes. So tell me, who will still want to go for a walk after knowing this benefit? And the last one, this one might shock you guys. Can you believe that we sit in the library and study for 3 hours? We feel tired, but we think we did a good job, and maybe we can have a better grade in the next exam. However, our body gets hurt, and the exam is equal to smoking. We sit there for 3 hours, but we didn't do anything, we just sit there. So our body gets hurt, and the exam is equal to smoking. It is ridiculous, but this is the truth. And on the other hand, I try to find some negative effect to refute my friend, but I can't. All of the negative effects are derived from physiognomy and psychology. In the physiognomy, they compare us to trees, and it is what they say. As the tree shakes, the leaves fall. as the men take their fortune go. They believe that when we take our food, we will take away our fortune. And in psychology, they consider that when people taking food, showing that that guy is nervous or anxious right now. So to avoid knowing by others your emotion easily, we shouldn't do so. And with these pros and cons of taking food, pros can be scientifically proven. However, cons can only be the concept. So now, which side you stand now? And I believe that all of us did some exercise, sometimes, somewhere. But let's recall, did we do some warm-up before doing exercise? Or even when we wake up in the morning every day, before we stand up and walk, did we activate our blood circulation or even just relax our lower body before? Maybe not. And taking food might be a bad-looking behavior in our mind. However, taking food it can make our body healthier and also lower the risk of getting hurt. And next time, when you see somebody taking food around you, will you think that that guy is nervous or anxious right now? Probably not. That guy just don't like to walk. Thank you.
So, can we start with any questions or comments? Yeah.
So, how many times do you tap your feet to maintain your health per day?
I think more than 1,000.
So, when did you change your mind about tapping your food?
Oh, because actually, I think taking food is a bad behavior as well. But my friend keep trying to persuade me by giving me some benefit from taking food. And I started to do some research, and I cannot even find any negative effect. So I started to take my food. So from then on, when I see he take his food again, I will just go sit next to him and take with my food.
So did this happen like a few years ago or recently?
No, just last semester.
So this happened when you were in college.
Yes.
So did your parents notice this change in behavior? Did you say anything about this?
So I'm afraid of telling you that it's benefit.
Yes.
Do you consider that a girl tapping his food an elegant thing?
Sorry.
Do you think that a girl tapping his food is an elegant thing?
Yes, it might be a bad-looking behavior, but to make your body become healthier. So maybe I suggest that you can take your food privately. Maybe when you study in the library and nobody's around you, and you can just keep taking your food and study.
Okay, so any others? So you mentioned that so you said females can do this privately. So what if you have a crush on a girl, you notice that she also has this habit of tapping her food, so what would you do?
I might take her to the gym and do another exercise instead of taking food. Because taking food is still a bad-looking behavior, I think. So if you can do another exercise, maybe like go for jogging or go to the gym, then don't take.
Good. Any others?
And don't you think tapping food will become a bad habit that you can't avoid?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it will. But if we don't take our food during study, our body just get hurt, and then it's equal to smoking. So to avoid our body get hurt like smoke, maybe I still try to take my food during study time.
Okay.
If you are studying and some elders pass by and pass you and say, hey, you shouldn't tap your feet. Will you tell them that it is a good thing to help you study?
Yes, I will. And I think that taking food is good for our body and good for our mood. But also, in the same time, I think taking food is sometimes annoying to others. It's like when I'm studying and I see someone else around me taking his food. I know that's good, but it will be annoying to me. So this time I won't. In the past, I might just go sit next to him and maybe tell him to stop. But this time I will just take my food. He take his food, I take my food. So both of us have a healthier body, and also we can have a good study time.
So any others? Right. So thank you for sharing this interesting topic.